The world is filled with mysteries that defy easy explanation, ancient sites that whisper tales of forgotten civilizations and incredible ingenuity. Deep in southern Peru, etched across the arid landscape of the Pisco Valley, lies one such enigma. It's a place that, from the air, looks like a giant serpent slithering over the hills. This is the Band of Holes, or Monte Sierpe as the locals call it. Imagine a formation stretching for nearly a mile, a seemingly endless ribbon of man-made pits carved directly into the earth. For decades since it was first spotted from a plane back in 1933, this site has baffled archaeologists and adventurers alike. What was its purpose? Who built it? The questions are as numerous as the holes themselves. When you get up close, the scale is even more impressive. We're talking about roughly 5,200 individual holes. Each one is a deliberate creation, about 1 to 2 meters wide and up to 1 meter deep. They are not random pits scattered across the desert. Instead, they are meticulously arranged in long, segmented rows that follow the contours of the rugged terrain. Standing amongst them, you can't help but feel a sense of overwhelming purpose and order. Theories have flown for years, suggesting everything from defensive fortifications to a massive, open-air graveyard. But the truth, as is often the case with history's greatest puzzles, appears to be far more complex and fascinating than anyone initially imagined. This isn't just a random collection of depressions in the ground. New research is finally beginning to peel back the layers of this incredible mystery. A groundbreaking study published just this year in 2025 has presented a compelling new theory. Led by a team from the University of Sydney, archaeologists now believe Monte Sierpe served a dual purpose. It may have started its life as a bustling, organized marketplace for a powerful pre-Inca kingdom. Later, it was repurposed by the mighty Inca Empire itself, transformed into a colossal accounting system, a giant ledger written not with ink, but with the very land itself. This idea shifts our perspective from a place of defense or death to one of commerce, administration, and control. The journey to this conclusion has been a long one. Combining cutting-edge technology with old-school archaeological fieldwork, it required looking at the site from every possible angle, from high-altitude drone mapping to microscopic analysis of the soil. The researchers didn't just count the holes, they looked for patterns, for a hidden language embedded in their layout. What they found suggests a level of organization that points directly to a sophisticated society managing vast amounts of goods and information. The story of Monte Sierpe is the story of how ancient people used the landscape not just to live, but to create complex systems that powered their entire civilization. And we are only now beginning to read the message they left behind. To truly understand a place like the Band of Holes, you have to get your hands dirty. Literally, the real story isn't just in the grand scale of the site, but in the microscopic clues left behind in the soil. Archaeologists carefully excavated several pits, collecting samples to see what secrets they held. What they discovered was a ghost pantry of the ancient world. Through painstaking analysis, they identified pollen and starch grains from a variety of essential crops. We're talking about maize, amaranth, chili peppers, and even sweet potatoes and squash. These weren't just random plants that blew in on the wind, these were the very staples that fueled the people of the Andes. The presence of these food remnants paints a vivid picture. It suggests that these holes were once used to store or display goods. Imagine caravans of llamas, laden with produce from the fertile valleys and highlands, arriving at this very spot. The holes could have acted as temporary storage bins or as standardized measures for trade, each one holding a specific quantity of a certain product. This wasn't some chaotic bazaar, it was an organized distribution center. The discovery transforms our view of these pits from empty voids into bustling containers, each one a small part of a massive economic engine that drove the region's prosperity long before the Incas arrived. But the clues didn't stop with food. The scientists also found microscopic traces of plants like bulrush and willow. Now, these aren't things you typically eat. Instead, they were the primary materials used for making baskets and textiles in the ancient Andes. Finding their remnants inside the holes strongly implies that goods weren't just dumped in the dirt. They were transported and stored in woven containers, which left behind tiny fragments over the centuries. This detail adds another layer of life to the scene, helping us visualize merchants carefully placing their basket-filled wares into the designated pits, ready for trade or collection. It's a powerful reminder that this was a place of human interaction and commerce. Even more revealing is the timeline. Using radiocarbon dating on charcoal found within one of the holes, researchers dated the site's origins to between 1320 and 1405 CE. This is a crucial piece of the puzzle because it places the creation of the Band of Holes before the height of the Inca Empire. During this period, the region was dominated by the Chincha Kingdom, a powerful and sophisticated culture renowned for its extensive trade networks. The Chincha were masters of commerce, connecting the coast with the highlands. It seems highly likely that they were the original architects of Monte Sierpe, designing it as a grand marketplace to manage their thriving economy. When the Inca Empire expanded in the 15th century, it absorbed the Chincha Kingdom. But the Incas were brilliant administrators. They didn't just conquer, they incorporated. They recognized the value of the systems their predecessors had built. It appears they saw the Band of Holes not just as a marketplace, but as a tool they could adapt for their own vast and complex bureaucracy. The key to understanding this transformation lies in the site's strategic location. Monte Sierpe sits perfectly at the intersection of major pre-Hispanic trade routes, acting as a gateway between the coast and the highlands. It's also positioned right between two major Inca administrative centers, Tambo, Colorado and Lima la Vieja, making it an ideal hub for imperial control. The real genius of the Inca theory comes from looking at the patterns. Using drones, researchers mapped the entire site with incredible precision. They discovered that the holes are not just in simple rows. They are grouped into about 60 distinct sections. Within these sections, a fascinating numerical logic emerges. For instance, one area might contain 9 consecutive rows of exactly 8 holes each. Another might have 12 rows that alternate between 7 and 8 holes. This isn't random, it's deliberate, it's data. This mathematical precision strongly suggests that the site was no longer just for storing goods, but for recording them. It had become a gigantic, landscape-sized spreadsheet. This is where one of the most iconic pieces of Inca technology comes into play, the quipu. A quipu is a recording device made from knotted strings, used by the Incas to track everything from census data and tribute payments to historical narratives. They were the empire's hard drives. The researchers proposed that the layout of the Band of Holes is a physical, large-scale representation of a quipu. The different sections of holes could correspond to the chord groupings on a quipu, while the number of holes in each row could represent the knots that recorded specific quantities. A quipu found near the site had around 80 chord groupings, a number tantalizingly close to the 60-plus sections of holes. Think about what this means. An Inca administrator could have stood on a nearby ridge, looking down at the entire valley and read the information laid out before them. Each section could represent a different community or type of product: llamas, maize, textiles, while the number of holes filled could track the amount of tribute owed or paid. It was an accounting system on a monumental scale, a way for the empire to manage its vast resources without a written alphabet. The Incas essentially took a marketplace and turned it into a massive piece of administrative technology, a physical database carved into the very earth to maintain order and control over their sprawling domain. The theory of Monte Sierpe as a combined marketplace and imperial ledger provides the most compelling explanation to date. It beautifully connects the dots between the site's physical characteristics, its strategic location, and the known practices of the Chincha and Inca civilizations. We can now envision a place that was once a vibrant hub of trade, where people from different regions gathered to exchange goods, their transactions measured and organized by the very pits at their feet. It was a social technology, a physical space designed to bring people together and facilitate economic activity on a grand scale, helping the Chincha kingdom flourish through its extensive trade networks. Then, with the arrival of the Incas, the site evolved. Its purpose shifted from facilitating trade to enforcing tribute. It became a tool of the state, a way to keep meticulous records and ensure that every corner of the empire contributed its share. The local people once used the holes for commerce, would now fill them as a form of tax payment, their labor and produce meticulously tracked on this massive landscape ledger. This transformation tells a larger story about the nature of empires, how they co-opt and repurpose existing structures to solidify their power and administer vast territories. The Band of Holes became a symbol of Inca control, visible for all to see. Yet, even with this powerful new theory, the mystery of the Band of Holes is not entirely solved. This interpretation, while backed by strong evidence, remains just that, a theory. There are still so many questions left to answer. Were all 5,200 holes used at the same time? How exactly did an administrator read the information stored there? And what other secrets might be buried just beneath the surface? Every discovery in archaeology seems to open a dozen new doors of inquiry, and Monte Sierpe is no exception. Its scale is so immense that we have likely only scratched the surface of what it can teach us. Ultimately, the Band of Holes remains one of Peru's most captivating ancient enigmas. It stands as a testament to the incredible sophistication and adaptability of pre-Columbian societies. It challenges our modern notions of data storage and administration, proving that you don't need silicon chips to build a powerful database. All you need is ingenuity, a deep understanding of your environment, and a very grand vision. As we continue to explore this incredible site, we are not just unraveling the mystery of a few thousand holes in the desert, we are gaining a deeper understanding of the lost worlds of the Andes and the people who shaped them. The expedition is far from over,